Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going crazy! So in today's video, I want to talk about mental stability. And what do I mean by that? I mean that it's been a really tough week for me, mentally and like energetically. And a lot of stuff has been going on. I talked about it briefly and stuff on stream. I don't really want to extrude too much detail in a public forum like this. Basically, a bunch of stuff has been going on with some people that I hold very near to me, and it's been very hard, it's been very frustrating, it's been a very emotional thing, and it's been hard to deal with, and I'm at my wit's end. I don't really know how to move forward from here. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about keeping myself at a level mind rather than letting it all just crush me because it wants to. It really, really, really wants to crush me. It wants to dampen my spirits, dampen my mood, affect how I raise maestro, affect how I do my day-to-day life. It just wants to consume my life, and I'm here to talk about how I keep myself from letting it do that to me. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect, and I have my days where it does indeed get to me pretty badly. And most of the time, I am fairly resilient and can still be my happy-go-lucky self and not treat people unfairly and take it out on them and stuff like that. And the way that I do this is I pay attention to my thoughts. And what I mean is, as I go on my day-to-day, as a day goes on, it wears on people. And that's just the natural course of things. It's the case of being a human being, which is living your days in and out. You're bound to run out of energy. You're bound to get spent. You're bound to get burnt out. It's just the course that is natural of existing in this world that we live in as a human and in society. As your energy level starts to decrease over the days, over the weeks, eventually you're just going to burn out. There's no way around it. There's no way past it. It's just the case of being a human, and it's okay to burn out. And this video isn't to say you should never burn out, because in fact it's important that you do burn out, because everybody does. If you don't, then you're special, and you are most likely going to change the world in very specific and big ways. What this video is about isn't avoiding burning out, but working your way through the burnout. So instead of slogging around for weeks or days or however long you get into your slumps, I hope to give you folks some tools so you can work your way through your slumps faster. One of the ways I work through the slumps is I just wallow in it. What I mean by that is just embrace it. Instead of resisting, we have this natural tendency as humans and in society to be like, oh, it's bad that I'm sad and I shouldn't put it on everybody else and stuff. And while that may or may not be true, it's not bad to be sad, but it isn't fair to put it on everybody else. You can get it on everybody else, but you gotta do it in a fair way, which is warning everybody that you're in a bad mood. So what I do with my wife and what I do with my son is I'll be like, hey, today I'm not very good today, so just be prepared for that. You know, I preemptively warn them that, hey, I'm gonna be unfair to you today and irrational, and so don't take it personal because I'm wallowing in it. I'm dealing with my stuff, and I'm probably gonna unfairly take it out on you. You see how that works? Wallowing in it is probably the most effective way to work through your slumps, because you just imagine yourself as a pig in the mud. You know, you just kind of like, in the mud is all your crap and your depression and your slog and the reason why you can't move on. You just roll in it, just get covered in that mud and just splash it all around. And like I said, warn people that you're gonna do this. It's not fair to treat people poorly when they don't know what's going on. But the people that are closest to you, be like, hey, listen, I'm having a bad day and I'm gonna do stuff that will probably make you mad. Just know that it's not personal. I'm just wallowing in it. And so you just make a freaking mess. Just get it all over the place. Just wallow in it and be like, blah, today stinks. Blah, I'm in such a bad mood. Blah. I've been doing this wallowing in it technique for about 9 years, and I find it's incredibly effective because I'm in my slumps for, sometimes it's only an hour, sometimes it's only hours, and sometimes it's only days. Like even at my worst, most depressing moments of my life, when I'm lower than I've ever been type of thing, they only last like a day or two, and it's amazing. It's incredible how quickly it works, because this is something that used to go on for weeks or months, where I just wouldn't get anything done, and I was just in my crap and not getting through anything. Months or weeks, and that's not efficient. That's no way to live life in these moods and these funks. So lesson 1, wallowing in it, but make sure you let people know that's what you're doing. Again, I can't urge that enough. It's not fair to treat people poorly if they don't know what they're in for. So give them a preemptive warning saying, hey, guess what, I'm in my crap and I'm mad and I'm upset, and it's not necessarily about you, and maybe it is, it doesn't matter. I'm not doing this personally to attack you. It's just I'm wallowing in it. I'm being as mad and as sad as I can be, so I can get through it faster. A good way to imagine wallowing in it as a process in your head is just imagine you're putting everything on overdrive so it just like burns out. Imagine it's like a fire and you pour gasoline on it, and the gasoline burns bright and fast and explodes in a fantastic way, and then it's done. It's gone and the gas is spent. It's like instant moment and it's done. So that's wallowing in it, and it's my favorite way to deal with pain or anguish or depression or my slumps, my creative slumps. That's probably the best way to do it, in my experience. There's another way that I deal with my problems if I don't feel like getting it all over the place and getting it on myself and all over everybody that I love. And that other way is kind of the opposite of wallowing in it, which is counting your blessings. Now, I'm not a religious person, so when I say blessings, I don't necessarily mean of divineness. What I mean is be grateful for the gifts you do have. Be grateful for the things in your life that are good, that you have indeed, that some people don't have, or that you're happy to have. It doesn't always have to be about comparison, and in fact, it should never be about comparisons, because it never helps when you go, well, I'm so sad, and then there's like, yeah, but there's people in Africa that don't have fridges, so you have a horrible life. Blah. You know, that doesn't help anybody. So never compare yourself to something and say, well, at least I've got a fridge, you know, like that doesn't help you. But what does help is going, you know, I do have a fridge. And it's not because people around the world don't have fridges. It's that I'm grateful for my fridge. And it doesn't have to do with anybody else having one or not having one. It's just I'm grateful for the fridge I have. You see what I'm saying? And I'm using a fridge as an example. While I am grateful for my fridge, indeed, things that I can immediately bring up for myself on my list of things to be grateful for, to count my blessings, is I'm grateful for Maestro, I'm grateful for my wife, I'm grateful for my friends, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my studio, I'm grateful for my camera, I'm grateful for my ability to create, I'm grateful for my skills, I'm grateful for my music, I'm grateful for, I mean, the list goes on, and everybody has these. Every single person on this planet Earth has reasons to be happy. So what are those reasons? And I literally mean to write it out. I seriously urge you, in fact, it's a better exercise when you pull out a piece of paper and actually write down. Just fill the page up as much as you can. Just seriously extrude every last thing you could possibly think. Even if it boils down to like toilet paper, like I'm saying you should just list out every single thing that actually gives you gratitude to have and be a part of. And it can even be cosmic. It can be like, I'm grateful for life, I'm grateful for animals, I'm grateful for photosynthesis. It could be on that kind of a scale, and it can also be as minute as toilet paper. So guys, I hope that you can walk away from this video with a couple of new tools in your tool belt to work your way through some funk, some stuff that you got to work through. It's really important to me that people's mental stability and their mental health stays strong and their spirit stays strong. And some of the most incredible creations on the planet Earth are when people are sad, and some of the most incredible creations on planet Earth are when people are happy. And I think it's important to be able to embrace both. Remember, there is nothing wrong with being sad, and you're not broken. Everybody goes through this, and you're not alone. It might feel like you're alone, but you're not, I promise. Every single human being on the planet Earth has their days where they just are sad. and that's okay. And that's probably the most important lesson I could teach you right now, is that beyond the two options I gave you in this video, the most important thing to remember is that everybody suffers and everybody is sad sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with you when you're sad. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Your time and attention means the world to me, and that's why I try to treat it fairly and treat it responsibly by perhaps giving you a gift or two for you to try out in your real world day-to-day lives. As we log out of YouTube and we start interacting with other human beings, it's always important to know where you're at in your heart and in your mind. And I hope to provide you guys with some tools so you can work through your stuff. And please, if you have ways to deal with your slumps, please, I would love to hear those down in the comments below. Let's make a nurturing section of comments that just talk about amazing ways to deal with your problems and deal with your funks and deal with your depression. Let's work together on all of this stuff. What do I know? I want to hear what you guys know too. So again, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys to death. I will see you next Wednesday, and peace be the journey.